everybody. I thought I might just grab my camera and give you a quick update on what's going on in the front yard. We've had a couple beautiful warm sunny days, and we've hit in the 70s and even a little above. We are having a cold snap coming in, they said. Later on in the week, we're going to have rain and we're going to drop down to about 60. But you know what? I thought I'm going to get some stuff done before the weather changes. So let's see, what is going on in the front yard here? Well, Gary took my swimming pool. He said right now he only needed 2. He's building, I'm not sure, he's got a couple different fish ponds and some strawberry patch or something he's going to make. So he took the fish pond that was there that I was using as a planter, like this one, which I grew a lot of zucchini and different things in, and garlic chives. He took that one. And then this one that was over here, he already took that one. And he's got that one, I think, set up, or he's working on it. So no more pool here. That particular pool, he said he's not ready for it. So I may end up prepping it, just growing something in it. He did take all the soil out from the pools, and that's why I've got all these plastic floral tubs all over. Seeing down there? He put all the soil that was in it, the compost and soil, and he just threw it all in the tubs, and I'm starting to move it around and decide where I'm going to put it. On this is fascinating. This is a piece of sprouting broccoli that I threw in here a while ago. Look at that. Actually, so good. It's that root. Both pieces, just 2 little pieces. And this is that big hunk of tree color that broke off. Took off most of the leaves, and it's growing. It's doing quite well. I'm not going to uncover it, but I know this is set root because it's got new growth and everything on it. So that is doing really well. In here, I did wire this. I don't wire anymore. That was a technique I tried. Came up with some fancy thing to tie on 2 pieces of wire so you can slide it back and forth. Look at this. Isn't these beautiful? This is the dinosaur kale, just tiny pieces I put in the pot. Been watering it, and they've all set root. There's a whole bunch of them in there. Yeah, this is old-fashioned. I don't do this, but it works still, so I'll leave it right now. That protects it from squirrels. I did stick a zucchini seed in here today. I'm going to see if it's too early or not. So I put one in there, one in that pot. The other stuff's not really, it's got to be cleaned up. It's just a pot with some onions in it. And then I did put some in here. This is fascinating. This is a piece of collard that I threw in the compost. I guess I chopped it down. I can't even remember. And you'll see the roots. It actually rooted. It was over in the pot that he took. I should say the swimming pool he took. It was growing in there. It was being composted and it set root. So I moved it. If this thing wants to live, then that's fine with me. I think it's collard. It might be sprouting broccoli. I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens. And I just stuck it in there. The whole thing is in there and it's already rooted. I've got zucchini planted under here, and I just put a basket over it so nothing bothers it. That is the garlic chives that was growing in the swimming pool over there. So I moved that here. That seed grows in clumps. And though you can grow it from seed, you can also break off the clumps. I could have taken a shovel and just taken it, cut it, and then separated it. But I've got it all over the yard. It grows so easy from seed. So for now, I just put it there. This too, this is another one of the dinosaur kales that I just stuck a piece in there. You've seen that before. It's the easiest thing to root. You've got dinosaur kale that you like. Just take a piece off. Clip a piece off, stick it in some soil, keep it damp, and it sets root really good. So I put some, I put a zucchini seed in there. This is an old tomato plant. We'll see what happens. Got a baby scorpion living under there. Doesn't bother me. Baby scorpion. And where is he?
Right there.
He was underneath that pot you've got. And I saw him earlier when I moved it. And I throw things in there sometimes like this. Because when you throw something in there like this, there's nothing planted. Let me see if I can move it. He's probably gone right now. Yeah, I don't know where he is. That keeps it damp under there. So if it dries out, the soil underneath anything you lay there, that's why I like layering in pots, will stay damp. So your plants will always have a little bit of water in case you forget to water. And then let's see. Let me try to walk you around here. Like I said, I'm still cleaning. I'm working today. Another piece of sprouting broccoli I stuck in there, and I did stick in a zucchini seed. I'm basically testing. Not testing the seeds. I know the seeds are good. I'm testing to see if it'll come up. If it's too early in the season, and let's say the sun isn't right, the weather's not right, it just simply won't sprout. They just won't come up. But as long as nothing eats the seed, it still could come up in a month. You forget that you planted it, and all of a sudden it comes up. Potatoes coming up. This is coming up from the kitchen scraps. I'm going to leave them, so we'll see what potatoes grow in there. And of course, my red vein sorrel. Look at that, in a pot. This is the one that was sitting actually, I think it was sitting down there, and I moved it over here, and it just took off. It was almost dead. This is just beautiful. Oh, we use this all the time in our green drinks and eggs, or anytime you want greens. Let's see, what else is growing on here? Oh, okay, this is chocolate mint, and I've got to really freshen this up. It's probably root bound, so I'll split that when I figure out what I'm doing, and then I'll have chocolate mint everywhere. I really think I want to get rid of these tree trunks that Gary threw around here. I told him I would take it to sit here, but I really don't sit here. It's sunny during the day, and I think I can do far more with them gone than here. So I'll kind of see. I just put some pots on there, different things. What else? This is a lettuce that bolted, and I did not cut the basket. I'm going crazy cutting the baskets. I have just been so excited now that I know I can cut the baskets and they fit these pots, because it's changed my life. I can plant all kinds of stuff. I've been sitting out here cutting baskets just with a regular trimmer, because it's just a thin wire, and I cut the baskets, and then they fit on top of the floral pots. They fit on top of flower pots. You just sit it on top, stick it in, nothing bothers it. The squirrels don't bother it, nothing bothers it. And now I can fill that whole table up, this little redwood table that somebody threw out a long time ago. I can layer the whole top with a whole bunch of baskets, I should say containers with baskets on top, and I can grow lettuce. And wait and see what I'm going to do here. Okay, I wanted to run in from the garden because I was showing you what we were doing out front, or what I was doing out front today. But I wanted to add this in so you can understand a little bit more what I was talking about, and I'll do more videos later on all the different ideas I've got and what I've been doing. But I had this tin pan, an old pie pan that I had in the cupboard, and I made 2 holes. And you can see I put through, let me see if I can show you. I put through a tie. See the tie? Just a simple tie. And for this particular one, because we're not in the heat of the summer yet, you just drop this on top of your wire basket right in the middle. You turn it over and tie it on. Now the reason you'd want to tie it on is, any little wind would blow it off. Now, it is not going to go anywhere. And this gives it a little bit of protection from the sun when you're planting in pots in small containers. And then you can just drop it on top, and it will sit snug in the soil. And your plant will be inside, growing, and safe. These wire baskets are a game changer for me, and especially now that I can cut the rim off. See the rim on it? All you have to do is drop it. I showed you in other videos. You just drop it in a pot. You'll see how much you need to cut off, and you see you just have to take off a little bit. Anything will snip it. We've gone through this. Look at this. Just my regular cutters will snip it. You cut all the way around, and then it will fit inside the pot that you chose to use. You can get these pots. I get mine from a florist, but I saw them at the Dollar Tree. You can get them at the 99-cent store. You can get them at Daiso. You can get them at Walmart, anywhere. It's basically just a plastic pot. Just check the plastic and see it's not a 3. The other ones are fine. They're usually 2s or 5s is what they use. 2s and 5s. But once you've got it, and then of course you set up the pot the way you want to set up your pot. I do a lot of layering. So if I'm putting this in a big container, I will cut holes on the bottom so earthworms can travel up and down the pots. If I'm putting it in a place where I don't want to sit it straight on the soil, I may put the holes further up. This way it keeps a little water in there, and the plants will, not run out of water if I don't water every day, because there'll always be a small amount of water on the bottom. So it's whatever way you want to set it up. The main thing today I wanted to show you is how I found that these wire baskets are a game changer. And once you cut them and they fit, and once they're sitting on the soil, they fit snug, nothing's going to bother it. I haven't had any rats or mice or anything bother it. This will protect young propagating cuttings you're doing. I mean, you can put soil in here and you could put any type of kale. You could do cuttings of kales. You can start your tomato plants that way, and once they get a little size to them, your seedlings, you can take the top off and go from there. These will protect young seedlings, or it can permanently protect things like parsley, walking onions, garlic, chives, small, low plants that maybe you're having some critters get into. You could fill up an entire patio, balcony, deck with these small container gardening things, pots. You can do a whole bunch of food. And you know, you may think you need a lot, but when you're eating good food, you don't need as much. Believe you me, a little good food goes a long way in us. But look at this. So now you can protect it from the sun. I'll do a bigger video later. I want to keep this one short and show you all the different ways I'm protecting it from the hot sun. This is basically for everyday sun, so the plants don't get burned and they get a little bit of shade as the sun passes over. And maybe you don't need it, but this is for some of them, and I liked it. I want to show you what you can use. You could use any lid, and if you're using plastic, you know how I like my soldering irons, and I can make holes with soldering irons. You can put any lid on top. You can even put cardboard if you wanted to. If your rainy season's over, put a piece of cardboard on top. But I just wanted to run in from the garden to explain a little bit how I'm putting tops now to give a little bit of added shade to my plants. Now back outside we go. I love when the weather's warm and I get to work in the garden. You can cover these. So I can attach that now. This basket hasn't been cut yet. But see, I can attach that, and I can attach any type of cardboard. Of course, if you use cardboard and it gets wet, it will come off. You take your soldering iron, you make 2 holes in it. You can use a drill if you want. I love my soldering iron. Twist on a piece of wire, put it on top, and it will give your plants a little bit of shade. And if you're doing small container gardening, this is so good because you have so much control that you could use a bigger piece and attach it. And you can protect your plants on hot days. We'll do a whole video on that later on. But this has been exciting because this is going to change my life on so many things. But that's it. Just wanted to kind of touch base. Here's a piece of fig tree. It's just a branch that I took off one of my fig trees. This particular fig tree it's a big green fig, very pink inside, tastes really good. Just took a piece, it was very small, it was only about that big, stuck it in some soil, and look at that, it took off. That's one thing about fig trees. You can do cuttings on them so easy. And when you do a cutting off a fig tree you like, that's the fig you're going to grow. And that's why it's so much better to take cuttings. You don't even have to graft, no messing around. Get them planted good and they will take off, and you'll have figs even in the first year or two. They grow that quick. So I stuck that one in a pot right now. They always do better in the ground. That is true. But for now, I stuck it in a pot. And that's it. So the front yard is a disaster because I am still working, but I'm kind of setting up and deciding how I'm going to start doing this. And I figured I just would share that. This isn't, like I said, an old tomato plant, and I'll decide if I'm going to keep it or not, or plant new. But right now I'm testing zucchini seeds is what I'm doing, and just starting to figure out how I'm going to set it up. I thought I'd share that with you today. And I want to fix my solar fountains up better too. So I've got a lot to do in the front yard. But boy, those baskets, you can put them on things and you can grow all kinds of things. You know, some people don't like container gardening. They like doing it in the ground. That's perfectly fine. But if you've got a small patio, a small deck, a little balcony, you can grow a lot of food on that, especially with small containers. And then you can compost in place in small containers. I do it all the time. It works great. Wire basket on top, nothing's going to bother it. So I figured I'd just say hello and tell you what's going on. Have a great day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm adding in some extra kitchen scraps here. You can just dump in here as much as you want now.
under the pot.
Oh,
There's a mole tunnel.
a mole came under? A mole is living under the blacktop.
There's a mole tunnel.
Look at
See how
that.
small it is?
So a mole came through here. Okay.